설렘의 모든 게 선물인 걸 모두 Merry Christmas 하얀 천사 같은 지구와 함께 걸어 내 눈에 덮어놓고 새롭게
Hello everyone, this is episode 46 of Hwaitingradio, and well, before I get started, we have some very sad news to say, but I will introduce my guest that I have today. So, guest number one, please introduce yourself.
My name is Emmalee. I am a college art student and my major is printmaking, and all of my info, I have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Twitch, and it's all under The Light Reader. And you can check out the art that I do on there. But, yeah.
Thank you, and welcome back. And guest number two, we have someone very new.
Yep, my name is Kenny. I'm a new guy here. I'm a dancer, aspiring model actor from Sacramento, and I do YouTube, and you can go look me up. It's one of those, like, you know, those old middle school names that you put as like on your AIM or like your Hotmail or whatever. I go by Cool Viet B-Boy 97. You can look me up. Yeah.
Thank you. As always, everything will be in the description box below, so go ahead and support them, go follow them. And guest number three, do you need to introduce yourself?
Oh my god. So, my name is Sadie from AK3R. I'm here like all the time. I practically live here, even though I'm like 4 hours ahead of her. Follow me everywhere, links in description. Yeah.
Thank you, CD. Very lovely to have you. Alright, guest number four.
Hi, my name is Isabella, aka Izzy, and I am a full-time high school student.
Yay, but not really, but yay. But thank you for joining. This is your first time too.
Mm-hmm.
And guest number five, my favorite guest, is back, Roseanne.
Oh, I'm your favorite. I am so touched.
Better than CD.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you. Anyway, so hey everyone, it's me, Roseanne, from the channel Beautiful Roses, and I'm in the middle of doing a 12 days of Vlogmas, even though I'm not starting it technically from the beginning of December, but I have my own little twist. If you guys want to see what that twist is, you could go check it out on my channel, Beautiful Roses, and you could also follow me on Twitter and my co-host, Katrina, on Twitter and our Instagram. Everything is in the description box below, and I'm so happy to be back again. I think this is like my second time doing this end of the year special on Hwaitingradio, so I'm always happy to be on the show. So thank you, Amber.
You're welcome. Thank you. And guest number six.
Hi, my name is Demi, and I'm from the YouTube channel Kpop Amino. This is my first time here, so please help me out. Thank you so much for inviting me. I can't wait for the rest of it.
Thank you. And no one's going to help you. You're at the wrong show. Just kidding. Thank you so much. And guest number seven.
Hi, I'm Okolo. I am the other half of Kpop Amino, and I'm just as confused and lost as Demi. But thank you for having me. This is awesome.
We're all lost. It's okay. Yeah, so that's all my guests. I have 7 guests with me today, so I'm really happy. But like I said in the beginning of the episode, there is something very sad to talk about. It's also hard to talk about as well. If you guys are following the K-pop news, you guys will know that we lost a member of a K-pop group. And that would be SHINee Jonghyun. And I don't know, I can't really talk about it. It's so sad. It was very sudden. I didn't even, like, when I saw the news, Emmalee, you gave the news to me in the morning. I was like, what?
Yeah, I woke up before you, and I kept texting you, and I was like, Amber, you need to wake up now. I was like, shit has just hit the fan in every aspect and way and shape and form, and you need to wake up now.
Well, I woke up. Oh my gosh, I woke up crying. But, yeah, I want to ask you guys, like, how you guys felt, but of course we all felt the sadness. I don't know, just anyone have like anything that they want to say or say what's on their mind about the news?
I'll start. I'll
Yes.
start.
Guest number 5.
Yes. So when the news happened, it was actually like I found out about it as soon as news broke out. So it was pretty early in the morning for me, and I was getting ready, and then I looked on my Twitter and I saw like tweets about it, and I'm like, no way, it can't be happening. So I checked to see if there's any like reliable sources that have said news about this that's confirmed, but my first thought was like, no, this has to be like some kind of sick and twisted rumor. And then fast forward to when SM released the official statement, I was actually at school, and it just so happened that on that day I had to take like 3 finals, and they were like my last finals of the semester. So I was trying to like do last minute studying and everything, but the entire day I just really couldn't concentrate. And like I was with friends, like I was with classmates that were also studying with me, and like it was so hard for me to just, you know, even explain to them, because they could see like what's wrong, like you seem sad and upset. And whenever they ask me, I'm like, how do I even explain it? Because, you know, this is something I like so passionately, and not a lot of people that I know who live in my area like even know it, or things like that. So how will, you know, they respond to it? Like that was like one of my first worries about it, because, you know, there's like this kind of a stigma with K-pop fans and how they deal with things, certain things, and you know, it was hard. I had to like go to the bathroom and cry, and luckily there was like no one else in the bathroom, so I just like kind of quietly sobbed, but not really, because the bathroom was like echoey, but no one came in. So it's like, yeah, it was sad for me to just take in, and like I felt numb. I probably rambled on for like 5 straight minutes. I don't know how I did that, but yeah, that's my reaction to the news.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Anyone else?
I will.
Okay.
So I was in the Glee fandom when Cory Monteith overdosed. And, like, I was deep in the Glee fandom. Like, so far deep, I thought I was never gonna come out. And when my mutuals on Twitter woke me up, just by spamming my phone, I was like, just all those memories of finding out that Cory died and everything came, like, flooding back. And I just kept saying, not this shit again. Not this shit again. And it was just so heartbreaking, because as a person that's dealt with depression and a person that's dealt with being suicidal, it hurts to watch somebody be so happy on camera, and then figure out how just broken they were. And everyone's quiet.
I don't know. I still feel weird about talking about this. Like I'm like shaky. Like I don't know. It just.
It's okay. It's okay. That's
Could I share my story?
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, as a lot of people, I woke up to this news, and I think it's taken me till today, probably not even today, to realize that this whole thing is real. Because, like, you know, you wake up to it, you're like, I could possibly still be dreaming. You go on about your day, but like the news is still there. Like they have his name plastered on these articles, and it was kind of hard to deal with, and it still is kind of hard to deal with. So I kind of understand where a lot of people are coming from. But for me, in my life, I've never experienced death of a person that I actually cared about. And so it's basically affected me a lot worse than I thought it would, because I kind of got out of SHINee for a few months, and just the sudden news, and I remember all the times that I would like fangirl over them and talk about how I would go see them in concert, and just the fact that that reality is kind of shattered because my most favorite member is now no longer here. It's really, really saddening.
Okay, everyone get your tissues ready. All right, so
No.
what he passed on, it was a Monday morning in America time, correct? Just before I could say anything else. Okay, so I'll just let you guys know, the night before, I had been up studying intensely for, well, not even studying. I had just, come to the conclusion that I had not passed either of my finals, and I was trying to cheer myself up. And it was really weird because if you follow me on social media, I made this post because like I was scrolling, and ironically, I was like, let me go look at some of Jonghyun's stuff because I hadn't listened to his music in a while. And then I posted just like how much I really appreciated his music because I was just like, it's been a minute since Jonghyun had since his debut, and I was just like, wow, his first album was really amazing. And then it was 2-3 a.m. and I went to bed again, upset that I didn't pass I failed my exams, but hey, I had Jonghyun to cheer me up. And then I woke up to the very I woke up to in my one of the e-boards that I work with sent me a Korean Times article, and it was translated kind of badly, so I didn't believe it at first, and then I saw on my timeline I'm really trying that it was confirmed, and it really messed me up because I was just listening to his music, and he made me feel so good inside, and despite all the shit I had been through that semester, 3 minutes and 30 seconds of one song helped me feel so much better about life. And then I wake up to see that he's gone now, and so I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
Virtual hugs. Sending virtual hugs.
Virtual hugs.
Hugs.
And so it's still in shock to me because not to be graphic or anything, but certain skin tones, when they pass away, they have to be buried more quicker because of the way the way the body decomposes. People of paler skin tones have to be buried quicker. There's people of darker skin tones, and so he died, and then I didn't even have time to react because his funeral was right then and there. He's dead, buried, gone, and that happened so fast. I still am in shock because in my family, of course, when people pass, it's a week goes by, and then the funeral, and everyone's closure. But he died and was laid to rest so quickly, and I still feel I never really got a chance to say goodbye. It's been almost a week, and I'm still in shock, and it hasn't completely set in because I was listening to Symptoms, and I'll say this so many times, Shiny Symptoms has a whole new meaning for me now. It has if any Shiny song is to properly pay homage to anything that his death brought to light, it's that song. And I just okay, I'm good.
Well, and then his song "Let Me Out" on the new album that he released is completely it just brought a lot of things to light as well.
Yeah, it's
Didn't even listen to that.
it's we knew that he was hurting, but we didn't really what's it called? Think much about it. That
Not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
Considering
because
just happy.
yeah, and just a lot of people just don't know how to react to that kind of thing. It's oh, I'm depressed, and it's just oh, okay. And then now you have the joke with a lot of people of oh, I want to kill myself, and people say, LOL, same. It's not, and if people are being fucking serious about that, oops, sorry, language. If people are being serious about that, it can be taken as a joke, when you're going through finals, but if you're saying that in the midday week in the middle of summer, are you okay? Talk to me.
it's like a personal thing of mine, but I really, really don't like it when people say like that kind of thing in a joking matter. Just like how I'm saying this in like context, but when people say like, "Oh, this person is like so retarded," it's like the equivalent. Like I hate it when people use that word to describe like someone, you know, who's like, I don't know how to explain it, but you kind of get what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like you say things so senselessly when you really shouldn't, and you know. Because you don't know what the other person's going through, whether you're like close to them or not. Because like people can choose what to say to you and what to keep for themselves, and we tend to forget that.
Yeah, exactly.
And not to be like too like not to be like the bringer of the dark one here or anything, but it's just like what made this situation is like if you watch my channel, you know, when I said I've already had to deal with too much suicide already. I work in student housing, and one of my residents just last week committed suicide. Like it was either the week before or the week before last week.
Jesus.
Committed suicide.
Oh,
and
wow.
so that's all in 1 month. That's 2 suicides in 1 month that I've had to deal with, you know. So like, and we already had to deal with the hard part of like, because we found the kid's cat, like he had an emotional support animal, you know, and we thankfully the cat was okay, but it's just like, you know, after having
CD,
to go
take a deep breath.
I'm okay.
Take a deep breath.
I'm okay. I swear I'm okay. Whew. You know, having to go through that, and then Jonghyun, like I'm a little messed up right now. I'm gonna get better, but like I'm a little messed up. So I want pickles. Do I have any pickles in this house?
Well, that was quick.
I need pickles.
That was a 180.
Well, just 2 weeks ago as well. One of my good friends just lost her boyfriend to an overdose, and I had to, this is one of my good friends back in high school, of where me and her were still self-harming, and that was the thing that we had, sad to say, in common. And she called me when she was at the mental hospital after a suicide attempt back in sophomore year. And I found out on Facebook that her boyfriend overdosed accidentally, and I had to call her and calm her down and make sure she was okay. And thank the Lord she hasn't relapsed or anything like that. But, I mean, dealing with that and waking up on Monday morning to that, it's just been one hell of a past couple weeks. But I don't know. I don't think that can compare to what you're going through, CD.
Yeah. I just want pickles. That's all I need right now.
Or the popcorn.
Yeah, where is my popcorn? Let me go find it. I eat when I get upset, you guys. I just want. Seriously? There's no pickles in this house? Really?
You can have all of mine. I don't like pickles, so I can send them over to you.
Oh my god.
So quiet when
Well,
he pops in.
Okay, I just wanted to add something that, like, I guess I could be glad that I haven't had to deal with anyone's death in particular, but I'm kind of bringing this back towards Jonghyun. I'm glad that my best friend didn't commit suicide, and I feel like maybe he just needed to meet the right person, and like, not trying to give credit to myself, but I feel like I just happened to be that right person for my best friend, that she was able to lean on me and get closure for herself. But I think the entertainment really need to allow the idols to open up to their best friends or their family members more often, so more occurrences like this won't happen.
Well, didn't Taemin just do a statement of like he hasn't spent holidays with his parents in over 10 years?
Yeah.
So
It's been that long?
that's what I remember seeing. I can even Google it for a fact check. Hang on.
Yeah, idols go through the most, and the entertainment companies don't really seem to care.
I mean, it's all K-pop, but still, it's all K-pop. He said, I wasn't able to help with the stuff around the house because I started promoting at a young age, but I helped my family financially. Goodness, what else did he say?
Idol life is harder than people may realize.
Yeah.
We really do underestimate that. Like, we really, from time to time, we do forget about, like, the dark side of K-pop at times.
Because that part is rarely shown at all. We only see like all the performances, the practices, and then
We only see what's on camera. Literally what's on camera.
and even the behind the scenes that are shown, it's only the fun parts. The other parts,
Yeah.
most of the time they'll probably just be cut and edited out.
Yeah, we have no idea like how they feel once those cameras are off and once their doors are shut.
Yeah, and variety shows don't count.
Mm-mm.
And the thing with Taemin, like I'm like everyone knows that like these child idols train from young ages, but one thing that like every child prodigy-esque type person has in common, like A-Rod had this problem, MJ had this problem. I'm sure Hyunna's going through it right now. People who started like young, like elementary school kids from then on, like all they know was that idol life. That's all they know.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm sure the same applies to Taemin too, because Taemin was a baby. And
Yeah, he was like what, probably like 7 when they put him in.
Yeah, so it's like that's all they know. So it's like it's one thing you can easily, you just need to leave your company, but like you're leaving your life.
Yeah,
Like,
you're leaving literally everything that you have known
yeah,
to
like
do what?
It's
Yeah,
like,
like,
you're
what else are
literally
you doing?
selling your soul.
like Hyunna does not know how to socialize. Like they say Hyunna, like she's very shy and timid. Hyunna does not know how to like make well, it's not that she doesn't know, but like her best friends are her dancers.
Yeah,
Because,
and
like-
and I watched speaking of Hanya, I watched when she was doing that coffee shop variety show. She was really timid and awkward. She didn't like know how to like talk to the customers at all. Granted, she really wasn't supposed to, but still, she was just very awkward.
I found pickles, you guys.
Good job.
But I feel that the idols need to get more of more breaks than what they get, because they're constantly going and going and going and going. And I understand it's all about the money, but mental health needs to come first with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Because
if
And
you
at
don't
the
have
end
your
of the
mental
day,
health,
they're
like-
human. They're just like us. Sorry, whoever's talking, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
it's fine.
It's fine. I was just saying, like, mental health definitely should come first, because if your mental health is off balance, then everything else is off balance.
Yeah, and I said it when we were off camera, but like, please, if you guys have the chance, please follow the YouTuber Kenny JD, because she made a really, really good educational video about like the system of and like the mental health. It doesn't necessarily just extend to just idols. Like for example, she said like the drinking culture and like the smoking culture that's in Korea. If you don't know that Korea is very heavy with drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
And what's really like effed up is that like, of course, you know, the government taxes everything. A lot of the taxes that come from drinking and smoking gets funneled into government funding for like their health. I'll say health and science, since mental health can be grouped in that. But it's really effed up. It's just like what can negatively affect your health is what's paying for your doctor's appointments. So it's like,
and in Jonghyun's letter, he said that he went to go get help, and they denied him that.
yeah. So either
That's where
A,
the
your
problem
doctors.
lies.
Your doctors aren't paid enough, or B, they're paying really shitty doctors.
Yeah.
Not to curse or anything, but it's just like, you know, it really sucks. And I'll just say it flat out, because I said this in a past video. I suffer from ADHD. My parents told me for 20 years of my life, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just daydreaming. And then when the psychiatrist was like, no, he has this disorder. It's like, well, guess for 20 years, you told me to suck it up when I mentally could not suck it up because I couldn't control it. So it's just like people really need to get their games to get their act together and take it more seriously.
Yeah, I just that denial factor of that. Like, for example, my mother thinks that people that have mental disorders are selfish, and it's just like we can't help that. You physically cannot help that. And a lot of people just like to deny it because they live in this like fantasy world of like, oh, everybody's happy, everybody's go lucky, and it's just like, no, that's not the truth. Everybody is hurting on the inside a little bit.
It's like you really like you try to physically control it, but you just can't, and they just don't see how like you can't because they haven't experienced it themselves.
Exactly.
You know.
To cheer everyone up, you know, I can say, and I just read this in a tweet, so also pardon my French, but someone was like, on all these visuals, Jonghyun's still like, I'm still that bitch though, because the moon in Japan turned aqua blue. At the Atlanta visuals, some of the lights started turning aqua blue. There's really random, really strange.
I'm still waiting for that to happen in New York, though. I'm still waiting. Yeah. Like, are really? You here, Jonghyun? Are
like,
you here?
Really? Like really random coincidences. I'm just like, this is a interesting way. And you know, like all the videos of everyone like this is like all the videos. Someone was like, this is Jonghyun in heaven right now, teaching MJ and Prince and Whitney Houston and Elvis how to dance to Lucifer.
For real, for real.
Yeah, and there's like, excuse me, got like St. Peter stopping him at the gates. Excuse me, you made a song called Lucifer? Yeah, that's because SM is the devil. Oh, you can come in. I'm like, bruh.
And he's telling MJ all about Taemin and just everything. Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, I'm the Prince of K-pop, and Prince, excuse me. I'm like, bruh. Let it go down.
I saw that one tweet where like it said that Jonghyun was playing the kazoo and God was like saying you need to stop playing that kazoo, and then he takes it away from him, and then he whips out another kazoo out of nowhere and starts playing the kazoo again.
Yes. Yeah, it's like all these angels play harps. Well, guess what? Jonghyun's the first to play a kazoo.
We're probably way past this already, but you mind if I tell you guys about my experience finding out about Jonghyun and stuff like that?
Oh, sure. Go on.
Yeah, listening to UCD, it kind of actually made me want to talk, because this whole time I was just listening to you guys, just taking everything in. Like, oh, what should I say? What should I say?
You're not the only one.
I mean, like, I don't know, because just like you guys, I woke up to the news, and then I guess I can say that out of everyone here and out of all of my K-pop friends, I would say I'm the least shooken up. Not to say that it didn't make me feel sad at all, but it's just like, because I haven't been following SHINee for a while, so I guess it didn't hit me as hard as it did for other people. But then when I still saw the news, at first I didn't believe it, because you know those websites like All K-pop and Koreaboo, and most of the time, how reliable are they? So when at first when I saw it, I just thought, wait, is this real? I'm not sure if this is real or not. But then as I kept scrolling down my feed, I saw how many of my friends were sharing it, and that's when it actually hit me. I was like, oh, is this real? Like, is he really gone? So I actually clicked on the articles and I looked at my friend's statuses, and I saw how it was affecting everyone around me. And I just thought, what? So I guess that was when it really like hit me, that when like it was really like it was real. Like Jonghyun is gone, and the way that he went to by suicide, it was horrible. And the way he went about it too, because the way he died, it was like by carbon monoxide poisoning. I just thought how painful it must have been for him to go out that way.
Actually, it's probably one of the least painful ways to commit suicide.
Yeah.
It's your body kind of goes through like a sense of shock of like, oh, I'm not breathing anymore. But other than that, it's probably one of the least painful ways to commit suicide.
Yeah, they said like I just like double checked the research, because like that type of, again, I was not looking at ways to commit suicide. I was genuinely like, what do they mean carbon monoxide? I was genuinely just doing research, and the most the person experiences is like nausea, maybe like some vomiting, but like it's pretty painless in comparison. Unfortunately, though, that is becoming too. I don't like seeing statistics saying, oh, this is the most popular way to commit suicide, but it's becoming a very common way in certain parts of Asia, and it's disturbing. I just don't like seeing any type of thing becoming a trend, and unfortunately that's becoming a trend.
Yeah, because I found if I had to compare it to another way of suicide, I just thought of like, you know how you would stay in a garage and you would just leave the car on?
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just the way I think it's painful is just because your breath is being taken out of you and you're slowly dying. So that's how I thought about it.
I won't get into the specifics of it, because it is kind of graphic, and I don't want Amber to get monetized. But like it's like I said, it's pretty painless, and like the most your body does is like is just like a little jolt of like, oh, I'm not breathing anymore. Okay, but you really just pass out really quick. Because like if you like, for example, like people have carbon monoxide beeper or alarms in their houses now, because you can pass out or you can just be asleep and the carbon monoxide comes through your house and you're just dead. So
Amber, what are you doing?
In her corner of her room crying.
I'm not crying. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are you sure about that?
No. I want everyone. If guest number 6 and guest number 7, if you guys want to share anything, you guys can go ahead. I know that you've been a little quiet, you know.
Yeah, because this is rough. AF.
Yeah, it is.
I'll talk for you, Demi, if you want me to, because I know it was rough for both of us. Because when I woke up, I found out because I follow Jay from Day 6, and I had his tweet notifications on, and he tweeted something originally.
I saw that too. That was like the first thing I saw.
I saw the second tweet, and the second tweet was it didn't mention his name in it, so I was like, what is he talking about? And then once I started scrolling, at the point it was like 11 something, like New York time, and there was articles saying that he had already passed, and then there was articles saying that he woke up, and I was just like, I need clarity right now because I don't know what's going on. And by that time, everyone was saying rest in peace, and I wasn't sure. And I was like, I'm waiting for SM to say something. And then SM said something, and I was like, I'm waiting for somebody else because this still can't be real. And it just hurt. I think it hurt because I suffer from PTSD, and I find myself like, I know this is kind of like a terrible thing to say, but I find myself gravitating to people with mental illnesses, so I don't feel like I'm alone.
I get that completely.
To say, but that's just something I realized that I did, and like I've been standing shiny for so long, and I never ever ever went to a concert, and I think that's what hurt me, because I was like the standard, oh, I got time, like I'll go next year or something. And it's like, no, everything was just like taken so quickly. And I didn't know what to do. I kind of broke down, and Demi had a final, and nothing was working at that point. So it was difficult, to say the least.
Yeah. I woke up at 7 something in the morning, and usually I don't really check my notifications like that, but I was like, let me go on, before I even check my phone, I just woke up and I immediately felt like something was just wrong in the atmosphere, like something was just off. And I went to my phone, checked my notifications, and I see Koreaboo released this article about Koreans leaving some heartbroken messages, and I'm like, why are they leaving messages? And I saw the article, and I'm just here this is unreal. And I have been depressed for a really, really long time, and each year it has gotten worse. And to see that he was only to see that he was only 27 and he committed suicide, it just triggered something like nothing before. And all I could think to myself was just if he couldn't do it, then how can I? I went 3 straight days. I only had 1 actual meal. I just completely shut down from that news. And even though I went to his visual, it's still unreal to me. Like, I keep imagining his face and randomly crying because it's just like so unbelievable. And a lot of people, like when you guys were talking about, you know, people not really taking it seriously, like Caribbean parents are the worst when it comes to mental illness. Like, they will tell you that, you know, it's foolishness and that there's real problems out in the world financially and stuff. And it's just like, okay, you're completely disregarding me. And then, you know, when parents wake up and find out that their kids are gone, they sit there wondering, what did they do wrong? And it's just like, well, you disregarded your child's mental illness. That's what you did wrong. And so I just really hope that this is a huge wake-up call to the K-pop industry to let these idols get the help that they need. Let them talk to someone. K-pop fans, they need to simmer it down with the way that they talk to K-pop idols, because those words hurt. They hurt deeper than we think it does. And it's not okay. Like, someone I saw like recently that Nitsons were like giving Yuri, Red Velvet's Yuri, a really hard time because she was standing in front of her sunbaes, and I was just like, she's grieving. Who cares about this order right now? Like, no one cares about that. Let her grieve because they were so close. And it's just like, I feel like we're just repeating this cycle of where, oh, mental illness is a problem, and then a few days later, no one's talking about it, and everything is just fine until the next suicide. Like, I'm over it. I'm just like so upset.
Question, if you don't mind me asking, you said your parents are Caribbean. Are you Black by any chance? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I'm Jamaican.
Okay, because like I can just say that in our community as a whole, for everyone, general knowledge, in the Black community as a whole, and I relate to everything she said, because our community does have a problem with mental illness. Like, oh my God, it's not even funny. And what and just like she said, what they did to Yeri, like there are some idols who are known for having depression. Like, first, other than Jonghyun, like Taeyeon, it's not even public knowledge that Taeyeon has suffered from depression. And then like, and to see people like 1 minute they're, and like I'll say like this, like when Jonghyun died, I vent on social media. Like, I'm a venter. Like, sometimes I just need somewhere to vent. I couldn't even do that just because like I feel like a bunch of people would come into my DM saying, "Are you okay? I can talk to you. You can talk to me." But like it's not because it's like not, well, I don't want to say it's not because they don't care, but like if Jonghyun hadn't passed, they wouldn't be in my DMs asking me if I was okay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I didn't want to say anything, you know? Because like if this hadn't happened, I highly doubt you would be talking to me right now. And like again, like even though I'm a mentor. Problem. Yeah, it's just like it's like there are certain idols that like it's like Hyuna, Taeyeon, IU. Them getting bashed has become too much of a norm. Like IU is both. 1 minute I hear IU is loved, 1 minute I hear everyone hates her. Like at her 24 album, I heard everyone was ripping her a new one. And then recently, and this video touched my heart, but she was talking about how she had like self-confidence issues because she was like, oh, I gained some weight. And a fan was like, basically, he didn't say this exact word, but the fan basically said, gain weight, bitch, where? And everyone busted out laughing. And I'm like, why can't we have more moments like that? We're so quick to rip down people and disregard them, you know? But then when someone's dead, all of a sudden, everyone's like, hallelujah for you.
Praise the Lord. Speak the truth.
Like, why does someone have to die for you to care?
Why?
My parents did literally. I told my parents, and this isn't clinical depression. It was general just sadness, you know. Just so you know, the difference for anyone who doesn't know, clinical depression is the disorder. Like you can get depressed over nothing. That's clinical depression. And then there's your regular, like, I'm sad about this thing kind of depression. I had the regular, I'm sad about this thing kind of depression. And I told them that, and they were like, no, you don't. You're too young to know what that is. And then,
that is my freaking trigger. I'm so sorry. Oh,
no, I understand.
That is my daily life.
And then like it took everything in my power and for me not to like jump up and just like kiss my psychiatrist when I heard my dad saying the worst mistake I ever made was telling my son he wasn't depressed when he told me he was depressed. I literally wanted to marry my psychiatrist on the spot because hallelujah. But still, it took them 20 years of me walking around unmedicated for a disorder that I have. And it's just like, oh, it shouldn't have taken you this long. Like, oh my God.
You're lucky I'm 24 and I'm still waiting for them to give a damn about what's happening in their daughter's head.
Same. I'm 21.
Ridiculous. I don't know why they think this is a focus of passing. It's like, what do I have to say for you to care? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Someone was thirsty.
Drink that water. Hydrate yourself. Yes, girl.
Listen, I have been like completely shut down. I have barely intaken any food. I'm just now like recently, thanks to Okolo, eating and drinking fluids.
Shut down on me. No, stop that. You eat your food, get your greens and your veggies, and drink that water. I'm not playing with you.
Yeah.
Food will always love you, okay? Food is bae.
Food will be bae.
Yeah, and also, public service announcement, you guys. As much as some of us people who do suffer from mental illness joke about our medicine, we need that ish. Okay?
Yes.
Like, I know everyone who takes pills, everyone's always talking about, oh, do you get Adderall? I have someone, when someone, again, fun, public design, yeah, I take Adderall. But I need it though. It's prescribed to me. So when people come up to me and they like, I'll give you this much for a pill. No, bitch, I need that stuff. And the thing with me is like, sorry. And like the thing about not eating, a side effect of Adderall, it lowers your appetite. So like, and there are days where I am in a good mood. Like I'm not upset about anything. I'm in a good mood, but I haven't eaten all day. It's not because I'm forcing myself. It's because like when I try to eat, my brain, like, it suppressed my appetite, and so I lose hella weight. And people always see that it's a bad, and yeah, it can be a bad thing. And like, there's always this conflict over, well, I don't want my meds to turn my child into a zombie, but without the but obviously they're not working well without the meds, and it's not again. If you're on medication, do it responsibly. Addiction is not fun. It's not fun at all. But it's just like, once again, I always stress awareness and education because it's she should not have to be 22, 23, 24, and mom and dad still don't know the difference between general sadness and, hey, I might be thinking of harming myself, or just like, ooh, it triggers. There are some days, this is the kind of topic where I will literally throw every single respect your parents rule out the window for them to get it. Like,
Oh yeah.
Like, if I have to scream at my parents for them to get it through their heads, like, I will, like, literally. Like, my sister, when I told, my sister does not listen to K-pop at all. And when I told her about this, she even knew it was serious. She does not know anything about K-pop. Zero, zilch, nada. And I was like, he died because of this reason. And then she's just like, damn. And she took the time to talk to me about it and comfort me because she knew I was upset. But I can't get that from my parents. And a lot of fans out there are really upset. And there are some other people who are just like maybe not as serious about it, saying, why are you crying? You didn't know him. And
oh my God.
I really don't like it when people say that to me. I mean, like, okay, my ultimate bias is like Kevin. You know how he left the group UKISS, right? And he meant a lot to me. And so I was crying in the car, and my dad was picking me up from class, and then he was saying like, "Oh, why are you crying? It's some stupid BS. Like, you shouldn't be crying over this." I get so upset when people say that, you know, because like it's someone who I care about a lot, and he made my day a lot. Just by hearing his voice, just seeing him, it makes my day. And that's how a lot of SHINee fans and Jonghyun fans feel about this. Like, he made so many people happy, and if they can't see like why they made them happy, then it's just upsetting.
Yeah, I don't understand why people like to devalue others' feelings, because everyone feels differently about some person or something, and to devalue that person just because, you know, like, you may think that someone leaving a group or someone dying and that the fact that they didn't personally know them means nothing. Like, what if that was them? What if I was that person in that situation instead of you?
Yeah, it's like you can't dictate, you can't tell me how to feel about these situations. You can't tell me how I'm supposed to feel. I am my own person, and I have my own emotions, and I can feel whatever I want to feel.
Exactly. And it's just like, and like when people ask me like, oh, why are you obsessing over these guys so much? And it's just like, because they make me so happy throughout the day of where I can go to bed not feeling like a piece of crap.
Exactly, like,
Right.
I'm not the type of person to, like, ask you why certain things make you happy. If they make you happy, they make you happy, and it's sorry.
These types of people, they probably don't understand it because usually these feelings that we feel, typically, I guess most of the time, it's feelings that we should feel when we're around people close to us. But then when it comes from like an idol or a celebrity, they don't get that, probably.
Yeah, I think we just learn how to be very empathetic.
Like
Thank
I'm
you,
not
K-pop, for
I'm,
that.
like I'm not trying to justify them or try to defend them or anything, but I'm just saying like maybe that's their mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my parents are military, so they're trained to, like, I understand why my parents are that way. Even it's not necessarily right, but I understand why my parents are so cold just because it's been like embedded into them. But like still,
Same.
it's yeah.
Military parents.
No,
Oh my
because
gosh.
because like what I'm saying is like, let's say if it was like a close friend or a close family member that died, then like they see you crying, that it would be understandable, right? But then
Yeah.
for them to see us getting so emotional over an idol, someone we don't know personally, it's kind of a new thing to them, I suppose, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, it's because some people don't understand how therapeutic music can be, and music is a form of therapy. They do use people do use music as a form of therapy. So like imagine, imagine if you come to your session and your therapist is dead. It's like, look, I would say look at it like that. So it's like I understand where you're coming from, Kenny. It's just that like that's how we look at it. Like again, like as I said, Jonghyun, I literally just failed my exams. And I was a mess. I listened to Guilty Pleasure, and I'm in a good ass mood. And like, screw my exams. I got next semester and some student loans to deal with, but I'm okay.
Student loans.
Positives.
Another trigger for me. Oh.
Yeah, it's like, 'cause
Headache.
think about it. Before I listen to that song, I'm just like, I'm sad. Student loans. I listen to Jonghyun and a small verse from a rapper who I will not name because he's kind of a dirtbag now, but.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know who it is now, though.
The person featured on Guilty Pleasure, who I will not promote because he's kind of a
okay.
He's kind of a dirtbag, but still, like that one song made me wish, like, student loans. Oh, I don't care. I'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be in debt and low key miserable, but I'm okay. I have bling bling. Bling bling is Jonghyun. I wish I had some real bling bling because that looks good in the mirror, but
Well, the mood is kind of turning positive. Do we have anything else to say about that, or can we like bring up the mood a bit more?
I think I had a couple episodes, but this episode is one of the few where I don't have to guide you guys, and you guys are speaking from your hearts and your experiences, and I really appreciate that, guys. I know it's hard, but maybe someone who's listening to this right now, you guys are helping them get through this, and they're not alone. Because, I have anxiety, I have depression, but just know that the days will get better. So, and we have our K-pop music. Of course. Hello.
K-pop is life.
It is. It's our life.
And I can't breathe without it.
Surround yourself with people who like the same stuff that you do.
Well, can I ask you guys a question? Let's bring this up a little bit. All right, the question is, what is your favorite SHINee song? For me, I know I don't speak a lot in this episode, but the song, I love every song. It's hard to choose, but for now, Replay is my song right now. So it's a very happy memory for me. So Yeah. So guess number 1. What is your favorite Shiny song at the moment?
Probably Lipstick.
Oh my god.
Guess number 2.
Dang, unfortunately, my list is very limited because I'm one of those people who only listen to like the title tracks of groups, unfortunately, and I haven't followed Shiny in a long time. But I'll have to say Hello right now.
That's a good song. And maybe when you listen to the others, maybe you guys you can get like a different favorite song. So, because I'm writing these down too. Guess number 3.
Recently, because again, I can never pick, but like recently, of course, it's been Symptoms. I will say there is one person. She is like one of the only person who's done like she did an English cover of Symptoms. It's a small little channel called Half Baked K-pop. Oh, look, here's a link. Where'd that come from? You guys should really follow her cover. like I'm telling you, like I heard this cover years ago, and then like it is honestly one of the best covers of a Shiny song I've ever heard. Like it is. Like the way she covers it, and it's amazing. And like she, again, when the news broke, first thing I did went back to her cover, and yeah, really good cover. Symptoms is the song for me right now.
I love Symptoms, and give me the link so I can share with everyone. Okay?
It's in this page.
Oh, you did? Oh, ahead of me.
He's on top of his stuff today.
I know. Guess number 4.
I was going to say View, but since I've kind of been indulging in past Shiny songs, I think I have to say Replay. It's probably my most favorite right now.
Yes, high five. Me too. Guess number 5.
Oh, this is so hard. Oh my god, but I must say that I think I don't just have one favorite. I have a lot of favorites, but I'll do say that Sherlock is my favorite. Well, it's one of my favorites. And also 321, which is one of their Japanese releases, is also one of my favorites too. It's like a feel-good, catchy song. And then the live performance for 321, oh my gosh, it's so fun. It's so carefree. And if you guys haven't seen like the live performance, it's awesome. And it's that famous someone made like a clip of it, and it's like kind of viral-ish maybe amongst the K-pop community as like kind of like a meme thing, where like there's like a dance break and Key's in the dance break, and then you just hear Jonghyun going ha 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 ha, and then you see like a camera shot and it kind of like zooms in a little bit, and it just makes it more hilarious. So yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, she just reminded me. Okay, there's one more. Like a Fire, the live performance. Guys, look that up. I'm telling you, Like a Fire. That's where Key does that extra ass high note for no absolute reason. It pisses me off. Yeah, watch it. It's amazing. Okay, go on.
Guess number 6.
Well, I haven't heard every single Shiny song. I'm a 2014 K-pop fan. But my overall favorite song has to be Lucifer. Like, that whole choreography gives me life. It's Taemin's hair gives me life too, but from that era. But it's amazing. That song is amazing.
Guess number 7.
Hands down, One of One. That song gets me up immediately. Like, what is sitting down? What is relaxing? What is breaking a sweat? I love that song so much. Whole album was great.
Yeah, so just kind of want to end this on a positive note and our favorite songs. Shiny will always be 5, of course. We will miss Jonghyun, and yeah. Thank you guys again for talking about it.
So it's past midnight here in New York, but on Thursday, I went to New York City, because I found out that there was a vigil held for Jonghyun. I forgot the name of who ran or who set up the vigil, but I was very, thank you. I was very happy that, there's someone in New York City who was able to set this up, and I only found out about it the second day, because I didn't know that there would be one, because I would see all these pictures on Twitter from like different vigils across the country or in other parts of the world, and I was like, oh, is there one for New York City? And so I looked, and oh, there is one. And at that time, I've been kind of feeling really down about something that I'm dealing with personally, and I just needed to like get out of the house. And I was with a friend whom is starting to get into K-pop actually, and she just started getting into Jonghyun's music and just SHINee in general. So I'm trying to get her to listen to more of SHINee, and she was also pretty disappointed about the loss. So I asked her if she wanted to come along, and I know it's like a last minute addition to our set of plans for the day, but she was cool with it, and she also did want to pay respects to him as well. And yeah, she also admired him and his artistry and how his voice just like makes you feel things and everything. But yeah, it was at one of the smaller parks in New York City. It wasn't in Central Park because you could easily get lost there. But yeah, it was at
Madison Square Park.
Yeah, Madison Square Park. And it was by like a big Christmas tree, and they had like a whole bunch of balloons, and you can make a small message, like you could write a small message on the balloon. And I thought the original plan was to release them into the sky, but due to some conflicts, that didn't happen. So they just set the balloons by the memorial that they had outside of the park. And so everyone gathered around the tree, and we had a moment of silence, and then the person who organized the event played replay, and she was like kind of circling around, so I couldn't really hear the music as much, but everyone was like trying their best to sing along to the song. And then after that, we started setting up the memorial outside the park, and I think I have a picture of it. I don't remember if I posted it or not on my Instagram, but the amount of flowers and poster boards and post-it notes, pictures, everything that you could like think of. There was a lot, and you know, the presence of these people, like K-popers alike, just really amazed me, and it really made me think back about, you know, it may just be about the music at first, but then if you look at it at a larger scale, it's like a family. I mean, we all fight, we all have our fandom wars here and there, some of them nonstop, but, you know, it's nice to see people come together and, you know, pay respects to someone who's been an influence to not just fans, but to other artists as well. And yeah, it made me really think about, you know, how K-pop has made like a lot of things happen in a way. So yeah, I mean, I made a video about it on my channel, and I just kind of rambled on for like 20 minutes, but that's like the gist of the video, what I just said just now. But yeah, it was a great experience, and I talked a lot with other people, other Shawls that were there, that were grieving, and, you know, comforting one another in these times. And it was a fun yet sad time, but it was still nice to meet people that you can relate to. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Anyone else who attended these vigils can add on.
Well, first to say, like you said, I don't really know the specific person that organized it, but it was by this group called Echo with a K, East Coast K-pop outlet. I was originally going to go with my friend Okolo on Tuesday, but like I couldn't because I had like a really, really early exam, and I honestly didn't know if I could handle going to his memorial. And so, you know, she like told me, hey, you should go and get some kind of closure because it's all that we international fans are gonna get. You know, it's not like we can actually be at the memorial that they had in Korea for fans or like his actual funeral. And so I decided to go, and it was just kind of like the closer we got there, the more real it was. And like we became so quiet, and like I was just kind of panicking. I was like, I didn't know what to do, what to think. And so we got into the park, and there was like a lot of people. They were signing the balloons. People were writing in message books, which apparently is going to be like sent to SM. And just, you know, everyone was just like, it was just a bunch of emotions. And we eventually went outside of the park to the memorial. And that's when, like, I completely just started breaking down into tears. Like, it was just like seeing that there, it was just like, this is real, this happened. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm just also saying, this isn't real, this can't be happening. And I just got so upset the more I looked at it, because so many, like a few idols have came out about being depressed, and it just like, again, it just like really triggered something of where it's just like, I got really angry, because it's just like, if I see another article about an idol committing suicide, then I am flying my ass to South Korea. I'm knocking on these entertainment companies' doors and asking them what the hell is going on, because this doesn't make any sense, and it still doesn't make any sense to me. And I don't think it will for a very long time. But I'm glad I did go. It was really nice to see everyone coming together and just comforting each other and, you know, just helping each other through it. And it just gave me some kind of closure and helped me feel better. So thank you, Okolo, for making me go. I needed it.
And for anyone who is in the Richmond area, December 31st will be the Richmond, Virginia Candlelight Vigil. We're having, it's being hosted by CHD Entertainment, which is the business I run. Some of the local K-pop fans asked us to hold one. We didn't think we would have enough demand to have one, but they proved me wrong once again. It'll be on December 31st at the James Clubhouse. More information can be found in the social media links that Amber posts below. Also, April 8th of 2018, we will be hosting a Kim Jonghyun candlelight banquet. Not candlelit, but just a Kim Jonghyun charity banquet. We'll be donating to some of the charities that Jonghyun, for some of the causes that Jonghyun stood up for, you know, LGBT rights, mental health awareness. We'll also be donating to some Link, which is Liberty in North Korea as well. Some of the other causes that he supported, you know. And April 8th is his birthday, which is why we chose to have it on that date. So everyone just stay tuned. Yeah.
And also, if anyone is in the Dallas area, there will be a vigil at 6:30 p.m. somewhere in Dallas. More information on that soon. And it's going to be hosted by Cassidy Foltz. You can find them on Facebook. I'm really excited because I've never seen anyone do this in Dallas.
Yeah, it seemed like there was going to be a vigil for him in New Jersey, but it unfortunately looks like it got canceled. I don't know if they're going to start that back up, but if people want to like go and follow East Coast K-pop outlet in case they do bring back that, then you guys can also do that.
I'm also seeing, if you just go on Facebook, you can like look up some vigils, and there's a couple in LA that are going to go on. A lot of them have already passed, the ones in LA, but there's like one on the 6th of January. There's a couple there's one tomorrow. But yeah.
I think there's also one here in Sacramento, surprisingly. It's like tomorrow, but then because of the holidays, it's going to be postponed until afterwards.
Yes, so a lot of people are getting together, and this is like a closure for everyone. So I'm really happy that people are organizing these things and people can get their closure. Again, it still doesn't feel real. It feels weird to even make an episode on this, but I guess this is my closure. This is our last topic for the day, and I will say rest in peace, Jonghyun, and we will always remember you. Okay. And I want to say thank you to all my guests. Thank you guys for being here. And we're going to say our outros one more time. So, guest number 1, please introduce yourself and say your outro.
My name is Emmalee. I live stream on Twitch, and I have an Instagram and a Twitter. And what I live stream on Twitch is all my artwork. It's just at the Light Reader, and you can find it all down below.
Guest number 2.
I'm Kenny, and I am a dancer, aspiring model, and actor from Sacramento. I do reaction videos, dance covers, and post a lot of other stuff on my YouTube, and you can find that below. So go check that out. Yeah.
Guest number 3.
Hello, everyone. I'm CD from the YouTube reaction series AK3R. I'm also the CEO of CHT Entertainment. Stay tuned for more of our events, and eat more pickles, you guys. Eat more pickles.
And pickles.
And guest number 4.
Hey guys, Isabella here, aka Izzy, life of a full-time high school student.
Guest number 5.
Hey everyone, it's Roseanne from the channel Beautiful Roses. I do reaction videos mainly, but I am trying to diversify my content a little bit. I do have a couple dance covers here and there, and a kind of vocal covers here and there too. So I don't know if you'll be seeing more of that next year, maybe. I don't know, because I tend to get lazy and I'm a human being. Don't shame me. But you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow my co-host on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And yeah, hope to see you all there.
Guest number 6.
Hey guys, I'm Demi from the YouTube channel Kpop. We do a lot of different things on our channel, from reaction videos to K-pop games and vlogs. We do a lot. So if you guys want to subscribe, then feel free to do so, or follow me and Okolo on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook page. Go ahead. Thank you so much for having us here. This was amazing.
Thank you. And guest number 7.
Hello again. It is I, Okolo, the other half of Kpop Amino. I am a serial Twitter troll, and I do everything that Demi said that I do, and anything else that she says for me to do. Thank you for having me as well.
Thank you. And usually at the end of my episodes, I say fighting together, but I will say something differently. I will say fighting to everyone here, all my guests, and to anyone who is listening. If you're going through something, I hope that you talk to your loved ones and your friends, because everyone is there for you. And to all my guests, if you guys are having a hard time, you guys can always talk to me. You can talk to each other. We're here for each other, okay? Be happy.
Yes.
That's all I want.
Please talk to someone. Or try to find that one person that will actually sit there and really try to listen to you, because these mental illness is not a joke, and it's not something that's easily disregarded like how society does. So please seek help. Please talk to someone.
신기한 아니 뭔가 이상한 일이야 혹시 병일지 몰라 온몸에 힘 쭉 빠진 채 가누지 못해 이 못된 증상 너를 만나 또 알아 내 모습 비교도 우습지 너무 멋진 너에게 난 나 혼자서 작은 방에서 너와 사랑하는 헛된 상상에 고백하고도 이별해 슬픈 모노드라마인 이유 Oh I'm sorry babe 뭐 좀 쉴까봐 너랑 있을 땐 뭐든 stop it babe That's real later 미안 또 딴소리 했지 너만 보면 babe 난 항상 너 지나간 듯해 I will take my use back 어색해 하지마 또 너만 보잖아 여유 있게 천천히 움직여 그래 좀 더 붙어줘 내 어깨 위에 네 손 올려줘 Stop it babe Stop it babe Stop it babe 넌 다시 말아줘 I take you to the moon I take you to the moon 이리처럼 talk to me babe Talk to me babe Talk to me 너 우울해도 나 여기 서 있을